So, got my cup of tea, got my notes on my tablet. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the Idaho Murders. We've seen the documentaries. We've seen the videos all over social media. Everyone has a theory. You're going to hear mine. Let's go. So, 13th of November 2022. Victims: Maddie Morgan, Kaylee Gonzalez, Xana Knodel, Ethan Chapin. They lived in a house off campus at Idaho University. They go out, enjoy the night, go home. Two more housemates in the house. Bethany, won't say her surname because I can't pronounce it, and Dylan Mortensen. You'll know why I made that face later. Now, after getting home, Bethany's asleep in her room, Dylan's in her room, Kaylee and Maddie are asleep together on the top floor. Ethan is asleep in Xana's room. They have collected the DoorDash delivery at 4 AM when they've got home. Xana's in bed, probably munching on a DoorDash, scrolling through her phone until 12 minutes past 4 in the morning. Now, between then and 4:20 AM, this is where things get weird. So, Xana sees an intruder in the house. She, not Kaylee, like Dylan said, shouts, "Someone's in here." That's when the attack happens. Xana puts up such a fight, she grabs the knife, nearly severing her fingers. Like I say, Ethan, Xana's boyfriend, is apparently asleep and doesn't wake up during the attack. Now everyone says he's a deep sleeper and he was massively intoxicated. But we'll come back to that in just a minute. The killer then moves on to Maddie and Kaylee on the top floor, and he kills them while they're asleep. Now, all 4 victims were savagely stabbed. Kaylee and Maddie were stabbed through their mouths, And Kaylee's injuries were said to be the more severe. Now, to me, this killer knows their way around that house, because not only does he bypass Bethany's room, he bypasses Dylan's room. Now again, Bethany's asleep in her room, Dylan's in her room. Dylan hears something, and she told the police she heard Kaylee run and scream, "Someone's here." Now that's not the case, because Maddie and Kaylee were asleep on the top floor when the attack happened, and that's where they were killed. So after hearing that, Dylan opens her bedroom door and sees a man, again, so she says, a man in black clothing wearing a ski mask. This man, she apparently makes eye contact with. And then she says she gets scared and locks herself in her room. And the killer leaves. Now, this is just my opinion, but if it was any intruder, like a house robbery gone wrong, that intruder will enter every room in that house. So why is he bypassed Bethany's room and Maddie's room? Because Bethany's room is the first room you come to. So the killer would have killed her as well. Then you get to Dylan's room. Now, if he didn't just go in the room and see her in a room and kill her in a room, he would have gone for that girl, attacked that girl and killed her just because they made eye contact and she saw them. Doesn't matter if the bedroom door's locked or barricaded, that killer would have done anything to get to Dylan and kill her. Am I wrong? Now, as I say, the intruder leaves, but Dylan and Bethany aren't the only ones the killer has left alive. We come to Murphy, the dog. Murphy is Kaylee's dog. Now, Murphy was in the house. Now, to me, and I'm probably not the only one that thinks it, 9 out of 10 times, if it's a robbery and there's an animal in the home, that animal gets killed. So why was Murphy untouched? Because the other 1 out of 10 times, if it's a robbery, chances are they're going in that home to take the animal anyway. Am I wrong? Now, once the killer has left, Dylan says she tries to get in touch with Xana, Ethan, Maddie and Kaylee. I don't think she does. I do not think she does. I think because she texts Bethany, and Bethany texts back telling her to come to her room and run. Dylan also claims that she heard a male say when the attack was going on, "You're going to be okay, I'm going to help you." What killer says that to a victim? So that's another lie. She's contradicting herself all the way through. Now, Dylan and Bethany stay in Bethany's room all night until morning. They don't call the police. They don't ring anyone for help. To me, if you lock yourself in your room because you've spotted an intruder in your home, you lock yourself in, you stand away from the door, go to the other end of the room, or in a cupboard, closet or whatever, and you call the police. You call for help. Now, Bethany and Dylan did not do that. None of them did. In fact, they waited 8 hours. Bearing in mind, the attack happened between 4:12 and 4:20 in the morning. They waited till 12ish the next day to ring the police. But they didn't ring the police first. They rang friends first. They rang Hunter Johnson and his girlfriend Emily. They come. Hunter enters the house. Again, apparently, Hunter enters the house. He apparently grabs a knife from the kitchen and finds the bodies of Xana and Ethan. But then that's when Dylan calls the police. But when she's on the phone to the police, why does she say that they found one of their roommates, this is Xana, that they found Xana passed out and not waking up, and then saying she got drunk, she's intoxicated, etc. Did they not see the blood? Did they not see the carnage? So why tell emergency services that your roommate is passed out, knowing that only a paramedic's going to come? That paramedic's going to see what has gone on in that house, and then wait for them to call the police, to get the police in. Now, when the paramedic goes up the stairs, there's a knife on the floor. That is apparently the knife that Hunter Johnson picked up from the kitchen. So, if it's just a knife he's picked up from the kitchen, why does he move it off of the floor onto the beer pong table before the police get there, before the officer gets there and goes upstairs? Because on the body cam, when the officer goes upstairs, the knife isn't on the floor, it's on the beer pong table. And also, if you zoom in on the picture of the knife, there's dried blood. There's bits of what looks like dried blood on the knife. Now, there's also, at this point, blood in the kitchen sink. So someone has clearly cleaned up. Someone has clearly cleaned up. So, did Hunter really grab that knife from the kitchen when he entered that house that morning, the following day? Did he? I don't necessarily think so. Because on CCTV, you can hear people screaming and shouting. Now, we all know that the name Brian Koberger. He pleaded guilty to all 4 murders. Now, personally, I don't think... Personally, yes, he was there. Yes, the knife was his. But I do not think he murdered them kids. I think because he was studying serial killers at Washington State University, he has been coerced into being part of it. He's been coerced into being the getaway driver, because yes, it is his car, and he has been coerced into lending the murderer a weapon. Again, his knife. Now, we know it's his knife because the sheath of the knife was left next to Kaylee and Maddie. It was left next to their bodies, and that only had Brian Koberger's DNA on it. Now, with me thinking he's just the getaway driver, there's no blood in the car. So I think he has put some sort of plastic sheeting or something on the seats in that car, because that car was spotless when it was searched. Absolutely spotless. No trace of blood, nothing. And the killer, I think, got in that car and Koberger drove off. Now, I think this because on CCTV, you've got another male shouting, "Koberger, go." And then the car speeds off. Now, before the car speeds off, you've also got, like, considering that Dylan says that she was in her room and Bethany was in her room, etc., you've got a female shouting, "Where's Murphy?" Now this is the dog that you can hear barking on the CCTV. So if that wasn't Dylan or Bethany, who was it? Who was it? Could that other male be Hunter Johnson? Could that other male be someone that they knew? Who's the female? Now the knife has never been found. The only thing that's been found is the sheath next to the bodies of the two girls in the top floor bedroom. Now, a month or so before the murders, Koberger was visiting Idaho. Was visiting near where them kids live. There was also a car who Kaylee thought she had a stalker, because when she took Murphy out for a wee, she was getting followed by someone in a car. So Koberger was obviously stalking the kids. He was driving around that house, looking in my theory is he was looking on how to get out of there quickly, where to go, where quick escape routes, I think. Now, again, there's other people's names that come up, like Jack, Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. Now, he lives on the same street, or just down the road. He is Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. Murphy's his dog. Now, Kaylee apparently was going to be moving to Texas, so obviously she'd been taking Murphy with her. I don't know. Did Jack get angry that they split up? She's got Murphy, she's going to take him to Texas. No. Because the police erased him as a suspect. So he's out the question. There's Ethan's best friend, Peter. Now, I don't know, but I find something, when he was being interviewed in the for the documentary, there was just something about him. There was just something about him. His whole demeanour, for me, was a bit weird. And the same goes for Ethan's other friend, Cooper Atkinson. His demeanour didn't weird me out as much as Peter's demeanour, but still, could any one of them two be the other male that shouted "Koberger go"? Or I have another theory. And this is the more... This is the one that keeps going round and round in my little head. Why was Dylan and Bethany's life spared? Did Dylan pay someone to murder Ethan, Xana, Maddie and Kaylee? Did they have a falling out? Was it a bad falling out? Did something happen that she hasn't told the police or hasn't told anyone to make her want them 4 kids gone? Did she tell someone to come and kill them, but spare the dog, spare Murphy? And also, did she have Bethany spared because they're close and she needed a witness to... She needed a witness, she needed an alibi to where she was. Because, now we're going to go back to Ethan and the whole, the fact that apparently he didn't wake up during the attack because he's a deep sleeper and he was massively intoxicated. If that's the case, why was 6-inch in length, dark blonde hair with a reddish tint found grasped in his hand? Dylan's blonde, Bethany's blonde. Dylan's a bit darker. Does she have a reddish tint? Maybe, I don't know. But personally, I think there's some... them girls are not telling. And I think, if not both, Dylan had something to do. Definitely had something to do with it. Because I just find it a bit weird that they were spared. Now, also, Brian Koberger's plea, he pleaded guilty, so he didn't have to go to trial. Now, was he coerced into doing this? Because if he went to trial, they'd find him not guilty and the police would have to look more into it. Again, I think so. Because now the documentary has come out, Brian Koberger wants to change his plea. I think he should have that chance to change his plea. Because I don't think he murdered them kids. Someone else did, and I think Dylan had something to do with it. Like I say, it was his car, he was the getaway driver, it was his knife, so he's not 100% innocent. But I think he was roped in because he was studying serial killers. Now, I think, like I said, they should let Brian change his plea, and I think they should go back and talk to Dylan, Bethany, Hunter and Emily. And I think they need to talk to Peter and Cooper as well. I think all of them need interrogated. They need lie detectors. They need the lot. Because within that group, something has gone on. And I'm on my life, I'm saying it's Dylan who's the main leader of it all. Them 4 kids need the truth coming out. Their families need the truth. Because this ain't the truth. It was premeditated murder. Now all them names may not have all been involved that night, but there was I bank on it that they were involved somewhere along the lines. So that means joint enterprise. If you don't know what joint enterprise is, look it up. This case needs opening again. And them kids need true justice. And that's my opinion, my theory. And that is all I have to say on it. So, like, subscribe, comment, give me your theories, tell me what you think. Because that's truly what I think. And I've watched the documentaries, the videos on social media. I've watched them more than a dozen times. Something is definitely not right.